Welcome to IT Learn 360. In this career path video, we will follow one connected DevOps case at North Star Retail. A Friday release breaks checkout, rollback steps are unclear, logs do not show the full customer journey, and stage has drifted away from production. We will use that failure to connect Linux and networking, Git, CI/CD, infrastructure as code, containers, Kubernetes, secrets, observability, incident response, safer release strategies, DevSecOps, platform thinking, AI-assisted operations, certifications, and portfolio evidence. The goal is not to memorize a list of DevOps tools. It is to understand how a DevOps engineer builds a reliable delivery system around a business application. To begin, we need to define the role correctly. DevOps is fundamentally about delivery reliability, not ownership of one pipeline product. A DevOps engineer connects source control, build and release pipelines, cloud infrastructure, containers, security controls, observability, rollback, and incident response into one operating system for software delivery. That is very different from being the Jenkins person. At North Star Retail, the DevOps engineer is responsible for helping the team move code safely while preserving evidence about what changed, where it ran, who approved it, and how the production system behaved afterward. The role sits between development and operations, but it also touches security, platform engineering, and customer reliability. The best way to understand that responsibility is to watch what happens when delivery fails. North Star's checkout incident gives us one release where code, infrastructure, monitoring, and team process all break at the same time. North Star Retail deploys a Friday change, and checkout errors immediately increase. The problem is harder than it should be because rollback steps are unclear. Logs do not show the complete user journey, infrastructure differs between stage and production, and teams begin blaming each other before establishing evidence. This is a strong DevOps scenario because the failure is not only a coding problem, it is also a delivery system problem. The engineer has to determine what changed, which customer path is failing, whether the infrastructure is consistent, how to contain impact, and how to recover safely. We will use the same incident to redesign the release process. Before touching the pipeline, however, the team must understand what the customer actually does, from browsing a product to completing an order. A deployment is only safe when the team understands the business path it can affect. At North Star, the customer browses, adds items to a cart, pays, creates an order, and receives a notification. Behind that flow are the front end, API gateway, payment service, database, message queue, and other dependencies. The DevOps engineer maps this journey so tests and monitoring are based on real outcomes rather than tool defaults. What must be true before production traffic moves? The front end may be healthy while the payment API is failing, or the API may be healthy while the queue is delayed. Understanding the user journey gives the team a common definition of success. To troubleshoot that journey in production, the engineer also needs systems knowledge that goes beyond pressing the deploy button. DevOps work still depends on understanding the runtime environment. On Linux, you should be able to inspect processes, permissions, services, files, and resource usage. In networking, understand DNS, TLS, routing, and the path a request takes between components. For containers, know health checks, resource limits, configuration, and runtime behavior. In the cloud, understand IAM, regions, networking, and managed services well enough to explain where the application is running and how traffic reaches it. At North Star, a failed checkout might be caused by the application, a dependency, DNS, a certificate problem, resource exhaustion, or an infrastructure change. The engineer should be able to collect evidence before changing the system. Once the environment is understandable, Git becomes the record that tells us exactly which code and configuration changes entered the release. Git is more than a place to store code. It provides the release history that supports collaboration, review, rollback, and accountability. A healthy flow uses small changes, pull request review, protected branches, clear ownership, and tags that identify what was released. Danger signs include unreviewed hotfixes, unclear branch ownership, and deployments that cannot be tied back to a commit. During the North Star incident, the team should be able to answer which commit is in production, which pull request introduced it, who reviewed it, and what tag identifies the release. Without that memory, rollback becomes guesswork. With it, the pipeline can become a governed path that turns a source change into a traceable production artifact and verification result. A CI/CD pipeline should be treated as a product that the engineering organization depends on. It moves code through build, test, security scan, packaging, deployment, and verification. Good pipelines fail early, preserve artifacts and logs, use approvals only where human judgment is necessary, and make deployment repeatable and reversible. North Star's improved pipeline should record the artifact ID, target environment, commit, approver, deployment result, and post-deploy verification. That gives the incident team a reliable chain of evidence instead of asking people what they remember doing. A strong pipeline also reduces environment surprises, but it cannot eliminate them if infrastructure is configured manually. That is why the next step is to make the infrastructure itself reviewable and repeatable through infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code turns environment configuration into something the team can version, review, compare, and reproduce. Terraform or OpenTofu can describe the resources, networking, identities, and services required by the application. The team must protect state files, control module sources, pin or review provider versions, and detect drift caused by manual console changes. At North Star, stage and production should not differ because someone clicked through a different set of settings months ago. A plan should show what will change before the change is applied, and unexpected drift should become visible. IAC does not remove operational judgment, but it gives that judgment a durable record. Once infrastructure is repeatable, the application package itself also needs consistency, traceability, scanning, and rollback. Containers are one way to achieve that. Containers help the team package the application consistently across environments, but production safety depends on how the image and runtime are managed. The image should use an appropriate base, contain known dependencies, support an SBOM and scanning process, and be traceable to the source commit. At runtime, use health checks, resource limits, non-root execution where appropriate, and configuration that is supplied safely. The registry also needs access controls, retention, scanning, and promotion rules. A useful DevOps question is, can this artifact be rebuilt, scanned, traced, promoted, and rolled back? At North Star, that traceability helps the team know exactly which checkout image is running during the incident. As containerized systems grow, Kubernetes often becomes the operating layer that manages these workloads and their health. Kubernetes is not valuable simply because the company has a cluster. The team has to understand how workloads behave inside it. Traffic may enter through ingress, move to a service, and reach pods that depend on configuration and secrets. Requests and limits affect scheduling and stability. Readiness and liveness probes influence whether traffic is sent to a workload. RBAC and workload identity affect security. Helm, Customize, or GitOps practices can make configuration more repeatable, while cluster upgrades still require planning and rollback. North Star's lesson is important. An image rollout is not the same as a successful deployment. The workload must be healthy, and the checkout journey must work. That becomes easier when environments have clear purposes instead of being inconsistent copies of one another. Development, test, staging, and production should differ because they serve different purposes, not because they drifted accidentally. Development prioritizes fast feedback. Test environments support automated checks and synthetic scenarios. Staging should be production-like enough to rehearse a release. Production handles real customer traffic and stronger change controls. The anti-pattern is saying stage is close enough without knowing where it differs. North Star's incident becomes harder if checkout passes in staging only because a configuration, dependency, or network policy is different in production. Environment strategy should make those differences intentional and documented. Configuration is part of that strategy, but sensitive values must be handled differently from ordinary settings. That brings us to one of the highest risk areas in delivery: secrets and configuration management. A safe release should never depend on credentials hidden inside code, images, shared files, or manual copy steps. North Star's unsafe state could include a database password in the repository, a shared deploy token, an environment file copied by hand, or logs that expose an API key. A better design uses a managed secret store, short-lived workload identity where possible, configuration promoted through the pipeline, and logging that redacts sensitive values. The team also needs a process to rotate, revoke, and audit credentials. Secrets management is not an isolated security topic. It directly affects whether a deployment is reproducible and whether an incident can be contained quickly. Even with safe configuration, however, production failures will still happen. The team needs observability in place before the incident begins so it can see what the customer is experiencing. Observability gives the team the evidence needed to understand production behavior. Logs explain what happened. Metrics show how much, how often, or how fast. Traces connect the path across services. Alerts tell the team when action is required. At North Star, dashboards should reflect the checkout journey, not only CPU and memory. A trace ID should connect the front-end request to the API, payment service, and database. Alerts should detect customer-impacting symptoms before support tickets become the primary monitoring system. Runbooks should exist before the on-call engineer needs them. The important idea is that observability is designed during normal operation, not invented during an outage. Once the evidence is available, incident response becomes a structured engineering process rather than a series of random restarts. During the North Star incident, the team should detect the checkout errors, scope customer impact, identify the affected release, contain the problem, restore service, and preserve evidence for the real fix. That may mean pausing the rollout, rolling back, or applying a verified correction. A healthy incident record includes impact, evidence, owner, action, and verification. An unsafe response is a collection of random restarts, erased logs, and undocumented hotfixes that make the root cause harder to understand. DevOps engineers participate in recovery because the release system, infrastructure, and observability system are part of the incident. The best incident response also changes the way future releases are designed. North Star can reduce risk by choosing a deployment strategy that limits how many customers see a bad change before health checks stop it. Release strategy determines how much customer risk a change can create. A rolling deployment replaces instances gradually. Blue-green keeps two environments and switches traffic between them. A canary exposes a small percentage of users first. Feature flags separate deployment from release, so functionality can be enabled independently. For North Star's checkout, a canary combined with automated health checks provides a safer path than moving all traffic at once. The exact strategy depends on architecture and operational maturity, but every strategy should include verification and rollback. Safer releases also need security checks before production. If secret scanning, dependency analysis, image scanning, or infrastructure as code policy only happens after deployment, the pipeline is missing part of the evidence it needs to make a safe decision. DevSecOps means security evidence is produced inside the delivery process, instead of arriving as a separate report after the release. The pipeline may include secret scanning, dependency review, container image scanning, IAC policy checks, and runtime policy validation. These controls still need owners, exception processes, and realistic responses. False positives should be triaged rather than silently ignored, and a blocking control should only block when the risk and response are understood. At North Star, security findings should flow back into developer work, so remediation is part of the same system that produced the release. As these delivery patterns become repeatable, teams can stop rebuilding the same pipeline and operational setup for every application. That is where platform thinking starts to reduce repetition. A mature DevOps organization gives teams approved ways to ship software without forcing every team to reinvent delivery. A golden path may provide a service template, CI/CD blueprint, observability starter, security baseline, and standard deployment patterns. Platform engineering is useful when it improves developer flow while keeping operational responsibility visible. At Northstar, a standard service template could make health checks, logging, deployment metadata, and rollback behavior consistent across services. The platform should reduce cognitive load, not hide how production works. This same principle applies to AI-assisted DevOps. AI can accelerate documentation, analysis, and starter code, but it cannot remove ownership from the engineer who approves and operates the change. AI can support DevOps work by drafting runbooks, summarizing incident timelines, suggesting test cases, explaining logs, or generating starter Terraform. Those are useful accelerators when the engineer validates the result. The dangerous mistake is delegating production approval, secret handling, security exceptions, root cause conclusions, or unreviewed infrastructure changes to a model. At Northstar, an AI-generated change still needs code review, test evidence, environment validation, and a rollback plan before it reaches production. The principle is simple. AI may help create or interpret evidence, but a human owner remains responsible for the decision. With that guardrail in place, the technical roadmap maps naturally to the skills employers repeatedly request across DevOps, SRE, platform, and cloud delivery roles. Job board counts change quickly, so use them as directional signals rather than promises. The slide was reviewed in August 2026 and notes that U.S. DevOps searches include adjacent roles, duplicates, and staffing listings. More important than one count is the repeated skill pattern across postings: CI/CD, cloud platforms, infrastructure as code, Kubernetes, observability, security, and scripting. Search related titles such as DevOps Engineer, Cloud DevOps Engineer, Site Reliability Engineer, Platform Engineer, and Build and Release Engineer. Then compare multiple postings and identify the capabilities that repeat. Do not try to collect every tool named by every employer. Build evidence around the common delivery problems you can actually demonstrate. Certifications can support that learning, but they should be selected to reinforce the cloud and project work you are already building. Certifications can structure learning, but they should support your project evidence rather than replace it. A cloud foundation can help if you are new to AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. Terraform certification or hands-on Terraform work can reinforce infrastructure as code skills. Kubernetes candidates may choose CKA or demonstrate a strong Kubernetes project. Provider-specific DevOps credentials, such as AWS DOP-C02, Microsoft AZ-400, or Google Cloud DevOps, can make sense when they align with the platform you are targeting. The slide's guidance is the important part. Do not collect every certification because a roadmap lists it. Choose credentials based on the role, target cloud, and evidence you are building. IT Learn 360 can then use the Northstar scenario to turn those concepts into artifacts you can discuss in an interview. The Northstar case can become a portfolio story that connects tools to decisions. Build a small application, keep it in Git, create a CI/CD pipeline, package it in a container, provision infrastructure with Terraform, deploy it, add observability, and run an incident drill. Preserve the pipeline definition, architecture diagram, runbook, dashboards, deployment records, incident timeline, and recovery evidence. The purpose is not to claim experience you do not have. It is to prove how you think, troubleshoot, secure, and operate a delivery system. Interview questions then become easier because you can answer from work you actually performed. The final step is to organize that work into a focused proof plan so each phase produces visible evidence instead of another disconnected tutorial. The final slide organizes the work into a 90-day proof plan, not a guarantee of employment or readiness. Start with Linux, Git, scripting, HTTP behavior, and logs. Then build a Docker-based CI pipeline with test gates. Add Terraform, a cloud environment, and safer secret handling. Finish with Kubernetes, observability, and an incident response drill. By the end, the portfolio should contain a deployable application, repeatable pipeline, infrastructure as code environment, monitoring dashboard, incident timeline, and recovery runbook. The value is not the number of days, it is the connected evidence. You should be able to show how a code change moves to production, how the system is observed, how risk is controlled, and how service is recovered when something fails. That is the core of the IT Learn 360 DevOps engineer career path.